Anya Chalotra is a British actress primarily known for her role as Yennefer of Vengerberg in the Netflix original series The Witcher. In fact, she's so new that Wikipedia isn't sure when she was born. That just tells you she's just gotten on to the scene. But since The Witcher is very popular, we thought it would be interesting. And since we also just did Henry Cavill, thought it'd be interesting to take a look at her and
Yeah.
see what we can see.
Let's see what we can see.
Mhm.
3, 2, 1, go.
For a brand new episode of Collider Ladies Night, I am very, very excited to welcome Anya Chalotra to the show for The Witcher Season 2. Congratulations. So good yet again. I always like starting at the very, very beginning. What is the movie, the performance, the personal experience, you name it, that first made you say, I have to be an actor?
I think it was more of a feeling. I loved the attention as a child. Performance, I love The Rise and Fall of Little Voice by Jim Cartwright. That really touches me. I saw it at the Wolverhampton Grand and that's where I'm from, Wolverhampton, and they don't do much. It's not the most creative city in the world, but that play really spoke to me, reminded me of myself and my sister.
I need to check that out. So then I know that you studied at Guildhall, I believe. So what made you feel the need to study your craft in a formal setting like that versus just, running right out there and getting industry experience?
Because that's all I knew. I only knew of drama school. I thought that was the way in. I also was pushed to do kind of university when I was younger, and drama school was just a perfect balance of what I wanted to do and getting the grades.
With that in mind, what is something that you took from drama school that, proved to be invaluable, that you refer back to often? And then what's something that drama school could never have prepared you for when you hit your first set?
Something that really helps me in theatre is, if I'm stuck, is a new move and new thought. If I'm stuck, that's quite cerebral, but I'll never forget a tutor teaching me that. And The Witcher, nothing can prepare you for how big that is. It's the fastest moving train I've ever gotten on.
All right, let's go into The Witcher full force now. In the very beginning of that, the audition process, what was it like when you first scored the role? Was it the kind of situation where, you were busy doing the audition grind and then The Witcher hit?
The Witcher process, the audition process, I did 3 auditions. The first audition, I spoke to my agent and said, I'm not the person they want. I know I'm not the person they want. The brief was women want her, men want to be her. No, men want her, women want to be her. She's gorgeous. And I was like, absolutely not going to get this part. Walked in because I had no expectations of myself. I did a good audition. And I'd say that's kind of what I've taken with me from this Witcher.
Okay, interesting. Ike, you want to go first or me?
I'll go. So, yeah, just the way she speaks, it's very personal.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of speaks from the heart. So, I think she's an FI. Then she made that mistake, which was kind of interesting, where she said it back to
Backwards.
front.
Yeah.
But then she was so quick, and she noticed that, and corrected herself. So that's kind of interesting.
It is.
Well, we've already said she's, I think FI. So, that would also tell me that I am right with FI, because that's TE. She noticed that sort of that quickness. That's suggests to me that she's TE. I think a TI they might have missed that. A low TI, they might have missed that.
Well, possibly.
Or they would have been more
it depends.
embarrassed about it as well. I think. I don't know. The reactions would be different. I think she was like, "Oh well, got it wrong."
Yeah.
But Ti would be like nervous laughing and stuff. I do think.
Yeah, I do. I think that I could miss it depending on how much in a flow I was of speaking. I guess. See, it kind of depends, but I think it's interesting looking at these kind of interviews where if you're kind of new to studying type or you're looking to learn things, you can directly compare these two women. So the interviewer is very extroverted. She's gesturing a lot. She's very animated with her body, her voice, everything she says. This one is Anya is very understated. She's very thoughtful. She's introspective. You can just see the difference. She's not present in the sense that that you would see a censor to be in.
Yes, she's reaching for something.
Yes, she's
in this sort of feelish, more abstract way of
intuitive,
trying
right?
to
Abstract,
articulate herself.
Yes,
I mean, you notice like the way she like. I know this is a bit of a cliche with. I mean, they say this with NI, don't they? But whatever. But she does. She looks away and she's sort of focusing and she's trying to like give that
I think
that's personal answer.
Yeah, I think that's indicative of an introspective function, like an introverted sort of thing. Because we just typed Russell Crowe. He did the same thing when he was accessing certain things. So I think that's just you're reaching inside.
Yeah, that's what they say though, don't it? They say, if you like, what do they say? I've heard things like, if you look up, you're an NI.
Yeah,
if you look down, like, you're something else.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that in some cases, but I don't know that it's the most reliable way to type someone.
No.
Because I think that a lot of introverted people, they do that, because they're just not as present in that way, I guess. I mean, I don't know anything about this interviewer, but I'm going to bet she's extroverted, some kind of sensor type.
Yeah, I would bet SE type.
I guess you could just see the difference, but so anyway. All right, you want to keep going?
Continue. 3, 2, 1, go.
Other auditions?
I know this was a long time ago, but is there anything from that audition and your original interpretation of the character that stayed true, even all the way through season 2?
Yes. There is her kind of... She is extremely expressive and passionate, and that's something I brought to Yennefer. She's kind of presented this really kind of cold exterior.
I'm sure that's why she got the part.
Yeah,
I just was excited to explore everything around that.
You score the role, you're gearing up to hit set. Did anyone give you any advice before jumping into a major Netflix series like that wound up coming in handy?
Yes. I have a mentor called Nifa Kasak, and I rang her on, I think, 4 months into Witcher filming, and I said, I can't do this. I need help. Where do I go? I can't stop thinking about the whole plot. I can't stop playing the end at the beginning. She was like, just play the scene. Just play the scene. Don't think about the end. Obviously, you've got all the information you need. You've kind of what's past. You've kind of lived that experience if you're going in consecutive order. So trust that work. Don't necessarily think about it and play the scene. And that really helped with the scale of the show.
I'm so curious, because you just said you were 4 months into production when you reached out and asked that. Like, I truly believe that your work in season 1 is flawless and very powerful. So I'm curious, what day on set sparked the need to reach out and ask for help like that?
I trust my work whenever I do it. And then hindsight, I get, if I've had a break, I'm like, because you have no choice but to trust your work. It's a professional job, and you are, you leave your shit at the door and you come in and you do your job, and to the best of your abilities, you play, the best version of the truth. You try to. And there was always, whenever I played the younger Yennefer, I really struggled.
Okay, stop.
You played the best version of the truth. And then she just said that she thinks that she's brought, what did she say? Expressiveness and passion to this role. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you see her reaction as well? Mm-hmm. When she was like, I think it's your best work, or whatever. She was like, ugh. I just thought that was quite interesting.
Yeah.
She didn't seem very comfortable saying that her work was flawless.
Right. I just find her to be very, her communication style is very warm. You know, it's from a place of feeling. Like, she's just very...
yeah, she's very, like she said, passionate. She's very heartfelt. She's very...
Heartfelt. That is, like, one of the best words, I think, for this type. It's just heart. They speak from this heartfelt place. I can feel it, you know?
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just... You couldn't have more of an open heart than this type, could you?
Yeah, and I think that's the interesting comparison. And I know it's not exactly, you know, again, I'm sitting here arguing with myself in my head, but I would say that FI, in the case of someone like her, it's from a heartfelt place, whereas someone like, you know, an FE user like a Russell Crowe, it's more from an open, like, expressive in the face, you know, that's kind of where it's coming from.
Right.
It's not that it's not heartfelt, it's just there's a warmth in the expression. There's an openness in the expression, whereas the FI, you don't get that as much, but you feel it coming from the heart. It's from the heart.
Yes, Russell Crowe is like a warm sort of teddy bear, and you know, if you like trip up, he's going to rush over to you and be like, "Oh, did you okay?"
Yeah, and I'm only bringing this up because we just typed him. So.
Yes, but she's
it could
different.
just be any FE.
It's like, I don't know, like that passion and empathy and the love, just like, it's just, she's like reaches in and just throws it all out.
Yes, and I think that this type is just very inspirational to a lot of people when they speak from that place, because it just really impacts people on this emotional level. So.
Yes, it's excellent. Yes.
Yes.
You know, I'm an FI, and they do this great. I mean, it's not something I would do. It's something like, I understand.
Yes.
But, no, not for me.
I think it's something that a lot of people can respond to, especially, I think, feeler people in general. They just really respond to this level of communication.
Yes, it's just, it's like when you have that, you know, the singer-songwriter kind of guy that just like, he nails every single song, and everyone's like, "Oh, I so #relate, dude." You know.
Yeah.
You get a lot of the FI kind of types in that profession. You know, as like singer-songwriters, singing and writing about, you know, their life experiences, and you know the stuff I'm talking about, that sort of thing. And again, she would be amazing at this, and you know, she even referenced that book. You know, I'm sure it's like some kind of like.
Yeah, she said it reminded her of her and her sister.
Yeah, I'm sure it's like this sort of like deep sort of like relationship kind of love story or sibling friendship story. I'm sure it's really sort of like deep, as people would say. And this Anya, is deep. It's about as deep as you can get.
Yes. So definitely FI dominant. She's not an ISFP because they don't speak in the same way. I mean, if you're going to compare females, ISFP to INFP female, there's just a difference in the way they speak.
So, big difference. Yep, she's an INFP.
Yes.
And,
all right, thank you.
Yeah, check out our other INFPs. We do have a Lady Gaga. You'll see
the warmth in the expression. Yeah, definitely.
The one we did with Lady Gaga, she's exactly like this. She's warm, but she's not an FE. She's, exactly.
Yeah.
They're very similar people. Very similar people.
Yes. Okay. If you have some suggestions for us as far as people to type, put them in the comments section, and we'll do our best to get to them. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Bye.